Okay, we're here at theCUBE covering Couchbase ConnectONLINE 2021, Modernize Now. This is Dave Vellante and I'm here with Couchbase CEO Matt Cain. We just saw, Matt, your keynote. Great job laying out the journey to the modern enterprise. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Hey, thanks Dave, great to see you again. Hope everything's well with you.
Yeah, things are good, thank you. Hanging in there. So look, the big themes from my standpoint were, it's not just about what I call paving the cow path. What I mean by that is just moving old to new. That's good. And it's going to allow you to simplify and be more agile. But the point I take away is you should also build in new capabilities. Maybe share some of your thoughts and add some color, please, to those takeaways.
Look, I think that's a great takeaway, Dave. And when we think about this, we step back and we put ourselves in the shoes of our customers. And whether it's retail customers or next generation financial services or healthcare providers or what have you, each and every one of our customers around the world are thinking about how to create better experiences for their customers. And Dave, we go through this every day, whether it's in our personal lives or in our professional lives. We expect our technology to help us and create better, highly interactive, personalized experiences via the applications that we leverage throughout the day. And you and I have probably accessed tens, if not hundreds of applications up to this point today, and we'll do that as we continue to go forward. And so if you think about, well, what are the challenges of these enterprises to create those experiences? Well, at the end of the day, they're writing applications, and those applications need to draw upon massive amounts of data. And to provide the experiences that we're talking about today, it's not just structured information, but it's unstructured information. And how do I put that together in a seamless way that I create real-time, runtime experiences? Well, at the end of the day, software developers can write code to do anything, but on the critical path of all that is a database. And if you don't have a database that can serve these applications, you're dead in the water. And so as the enterprise thinks about building applications, they're constantly thinking about new capabilities. How can I provide a recommendation engine for Dave? Or how can I ensure that the promotion fits the needs of him and his family when he's booking a particular trip? But at the same time, there's legacy applications that have been built and optimized for many, many years that are storing critical information and algorithms that need to be combined with those new capabilities to create the experience that people are after. And so when you really look at it from a database perspective, you have to modernize your application stack, but you also have to combine that with new capabilities. Now that's easier said than done. The challenges to do that at a database layer are fundamentally sophisticated and some of the most advanced computer science challenges that exist in all of technology. And that is what Couchbase is about. We have carefully architected a platform that bridges some of the best of relational technology with that of modern NoSQL technology in a single integrated platform that services not only enterprise architects, but application developers to provide the very experiences that you and I have come to expect and that we're going to expect to increase as we go forward. So you're absolutely right. It is about putting those two things together.
So is that what you just described? Is that what you mean by multimodal? Two-part question. And then the second part is, are you seeing any industry patterns where that appears to be more relevant?
So when we talk about multimodal, Dave, we're very specific in what that means. And that's essentially taking a platform approach to data management. So how do we ensure that we have multiple ways to manage data inside of our platform? Couchbase is a key value cache. We're a document data store. We support ACID transactions, and we've also added operational analytics. And so if you think about all of those modalities, a lot of application teams would think, well, do I need disparate solutions to solve those problems? We think it's of fundamental importance as the modern database for enterprise applications that we put that together in a single platform, because that's how applications want to be developed. On top of that, we layer on additional services that developers can take advantage of to write these really rich, personalized applications. And so as we think about our path forward and some of the market dynamics we see, one of the dynamics that we think is going to play out over the next few years is enterprises can't continue to proliferate point solutions for all these disparate problems that they solve. they need to bet on strategic solutions that are going to be platforms to support many of these needs as they go forward, particularly as they think about long-term total cost of ownership. And when we think about the modalities we're supporting and the enterprise applications we support, we want to ensure that we are a tool that can be leveraged for the right use cases, and then make sure that we have the connection points to other solutions that we're not built and optimized for, to have a complete solution for our enterprise customers. So multimodal, layer consolidation, platform approach, we think this is going to be absolutely critical as we get into the next chapters of the database transition.
Great, thank you for that. So you just described, your UVP, to me anyway, your unique value proposition. And I wonder if you could, in thinking about the market, big waves that are occurring now, the hybrid work, digitization, the reliance on cloud and cloud migration, how does your unique value prop tie in, if you will, vector in to those trends that we all so often talk about?
Yeah, great question, Dave. I appreciate you raising that. So what I was articulating were some really important attributes of what make Couchbase Couchbase, that we're multimodal, we take a platform approach. Under the hood, Dave, we take great pride in the architectural approach that we have up to this point in building that platform. We're an in-memory, shared nothing, scale out, cloud native architecture that has been designed for today and the future scale and performance. We've architected our platform to run anywhere. So enterprises enjoy the benefits of running in all major public clouds. They can run in private data centers, and they can run all the way out to the edge in a single integrated platform with continuity between any point of that network topology. If I'm an active-active, active failover, active-passive, any one of those configurations, that is the dependency of distributed applications, and we as users want the application to be up and running with the appropriate amount of data wherever and whenever we are. Couchbase has been built for the highest scale and performance to run in that distributed environment with those modalities that I talked about. Now, to increase our relevance in the enterprise, there are two personas that we think about a lot. One of them are the architects who are responsible for ensuring that things run in public clouds, that they scale and perform, that they meet the SLAs of the businesses they serve. But critically important, as you know, Dave, is the role of application developers. They got to write killer apps. And so if you think about the needs of enterprise architects, scale, performance, reliability, GDPR, CCPA, security, those are really, really important. Developers are focused on flexibility, ease of use, agility, also really, really important. Putting those together in an integrated platform, that's what makes Couchbase Couchbase. And there is no other vendor that can bring those capabilities tied to the themes of data explosion, everything happening at the edge, a single platform that can leverage structured and unstructured information. When we talk about being ready for this moment and why we're so excited about our future and why you're hearing customers say the amazing things they are at our show, it's because of that unique architecture and the fact that Couchbase is truly differentiated as a modern database for enterprise applications for the future.
Sometimes those things are counterpoised, right? The architectural provenance and the need for developer agility, that is a non-trivial challenge and one, the computer science challenge that obviously you're focused on. Your big news here at the show is Couchbase Capella. Capella, by the way, is the brightest star in the constellation Auriga, for those of you space nuts. Well, what are the critical aspects of Capella related to Couchbase's cloud strategy, and what does this announcement mean for your customers, Matt?
Yeah, we couldn't be more excited about Capella, and I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the teams that have been working so hard at Couchbase to get to this moment. Also want to thank our customers for all the input that we take very seriously in thinking through our innovation. Dave, as we think about all the things that we've talked about up to this point, those are fundamentally important, and we think about the capability of a database that enterprises need. What we also spend a lot of time thinking about is how do customers consume all of that capability, right? And enterprises want freedom of choice on how they consume, deploy, run, and manage their database. For a lot of our customers, they're very happy leveraging our platform and managing that in their very diverse, very customized specific environments. But there are a lot of customers that want us to take over the management and the operation of the database. They want the fastest path to developer agility and productivity. And they want the best TCO relative to other database as a service offerings. And that is exactly what we have provided with Couchbase Capella. So customers can now come to us, they're up and running with the best database in the industry, self-serve, easy to use, up and going, the most simple experience and the fastest path to value. But that TCO point is fundamentally important. And what's interesting, the way we've architected this, the more you scale with Couchbase Capella, the better the TCO gets. And I think that demonstrates our focus on enterprise, the mission critical nature of the applications that we support. But we're really excited about Capella. We think it's going to be a great experience for our existing customers, our new customers. Along with the announcement of the product today, you've heard some things about some of the packaging and ways in which developers can try out the solution in a really unique and cool way. We're providing other great experiences for developers on technical integrations and ideas from other customers on how to take advantage of the Couchbase platform. So we're thinking pretty holistically about consumption, experience, and again, the fact that it's built on kind of the foundation of Couchbase Server 7.0 and our core platform with all the advantages that brings with it. We're pretty excited about the announcement and all that has for the company in front of us.
So let's stay on that for a minute, and I want to sort of double click on the how you see the uniqueness of Capella. So when I think about Couchbase's heritage, the idea of next generation, not only SQL database, the ACID properties that you talked about, the scale and the performance required for mission critical workloads, and your focus on SQL fluency, these tenets differentiated Couchbase. Is it sort of the same kind of approach for Capella? And what specifically differentiates Capella in your mind from the spate of other database as a service offerings that are out there in the marketplace?
Well, look, when enterprises are thinking about applications, particularly the applications that they're running their business on, I like to say that good enough is not a viable strategy for the database. And what that means is you've got to have high performance, you've got to have scale, you've got to have distributed attributes. We believe fundamentally that you need to go cloud to edge. That's going to be paramount, and we're going to continue to innovate on our core database. So to take all of that power and then put it in a consumption model as easy as Capella. I mean, Dave, we now have people being able to get up and running in a matter of minutes, and they're writing applications on Capella, leveraging the full power and breadth of all the capabilities in Couchbase. And going back to something that we talked about earlier, dynamics in the industry, well, enterprises really need to think about total cost of ownership. So how am I innovating and solving some of my most fundamental application challenges, but mindful of the cost and the return of that over time? For us to come out with the highest performing database at the lowest TCO for those applications, I mean, that's pretty radical innovation and pretty true differentiation that our enterprise and other customer segments are really looking forward to. And then you layer in the fact that we're doing all of this in the de facto language that everybody in the world of database speaks, which is SQL. We like to say it's easy as SQL. You get up and running, you're going, we speak your dialect, and we give you all of the benefits of this modern platform that are going to make your job easier. I think there's a reason why it's the brightest star in the hemisphere.
It's funny. You talk about your SQL prowess. I mean, that was the epiphany to me in the early days of big data. It was like the killer app for big data was SQL, and that changed everybody's thinking. Let's talk about what's next for Couchbase. You're a public company now. What are your priorities? How are you spending your time, Matt?
Look, Dave, we're going to remain maniacally focused on ensuring that we continue to innovate and solve the biggest problems, the biggest database challenges for enterprise customers. We believe deeply in architecting differentiation that can be sustained over time. We've done that up to this point, and we're going to remain, steadfast in that mission. At the same time, we are entirely focused on satisfying our customers and demonstrating that we're a business partner, not just a vendor. So, building partnerships, making sure we have the appropriate technical integration, supporting customers on their digital transformation strategies, continuing to invest in those capabilities to support customer journeys and make sure they're successful through their transformation. I mean, we're investing across all aspects of the business, across all aspects of the world. We're going to continue to be extremely proud of not just what we do, but how we do it. We're a values-based organization. We have an incredible world-class team that we continue to grow on a daily basis. And I'm going to make sure that we're spending time on each one of those and those things are in harmony so we can continue to build a very vibrant company that's going to be around for a long, long time and continue to do great things for our customers. When we think about next generation technology, we are in the early innings of what we believe to be truly a generational market transition, and the demands of applications and all things digital and combining, technology that goes truly out to the edge and redefining what the edge is even, and really thinking through how a platform needs to go where the data resides to provide people the experience and machines the experiences that they need to complete their mission of digital transformation. There's some really mind-bending stuff that we're thinking through as we get way out there, but we're going to continue to do it through the lens of solving big customer problems, making sure they're successful, and then continuing to innovate as we go forward.
Well, we're really excited to follow you guys, report on this. I mean, database is no longer just kind of a bespoke bucket. It's a fundamental component of a digital fabric that's growing and becoming ubiquitous as part of a new data era. So we want to thank everybody for watching this keynote summary with Matt Cain, CEO of Couchbase. Matt, we wish you all the best in the years ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully in the near future.
Hey, thanks a lot. See you soon, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, and thank you for watching our coverage of Couchbase Connect 2021. Modernize now. Keep it right there for more coverage that educates and inspires. You're watching theCUBE.